Exactly 100 years ago, the town of Ocoee, Florida experienced one of the most brutal, yet least known, race-related massacres this country has seen. Predating the better-known burning of Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Ocoee was yet another town of affluent and thriving African Americans who, upon attempting to exercise their right to vote in the presidential election, were slaughtered en masse by a violent, all-white mob and driven out of the town until the 1980s. To this day, the actual count of Black people who were murdered on Election Day is not known, but officials estimate it to be roughly 50 to 60, despite the fact that census records show close to 500 Black citizens went missing and to this day are unaccounted for. A prominent and well-respected leader in the Black community named July Perry was dragged out of his home, arrested, then yanked out of his jail cell by the angry mob, who then proceeded to shoot him, drag his body on the back of a vehicle, and then hanged him from a tree. Not only were the Black people of Ocoee ruthlessly tortured and publicly executed, but their homes, farms, churches, and businesses were all burned to the ground, their land sold off for pennies to the dollar. To this day, the city of Ocoee, Orange County, and state of Florida have yet to officially honor the victims of the massacre. It wasn't until last year in 2019 that a small plaque was finally placed downtown that noted the lynching of July Perry. Florida officials have deliberately denied, downplayed, and whitewashed this dark moment of our history. There are even streets named after Bluford Marion Sims, the official who forged a dead July Perry signature and stole his land after his death. In the town of Ocoee, there is no memorial for the victims who died from this violence. There is, however, a grand plaque honoring the fallen veterans who died overseas in World War II and the Korean War. This is how we whitewash history. On June 24, 2020, Governor Ron DeSantis signed the bill HB 1213, which requires schools to teach about the Ocoee massacre. Though a huge step in the right direction, this bill is only a half victory. In the version Governor DeSantis signed, the provision which required the state to pay out reparations to the descendants of the victims was removed. This is not the way to write history, and the victims deserve to be honored, memorialized, and compensated. We must demand that the massacre is not only effectively and accurately taught about in schools, but also that the city, county, and state all work together to acknowledge, honor, memorialize, and compensate the victims.